Maybe the first thing that we do is we just begin to slow down the breathing. I was teaching in class Ujjayi breathing, where the breath is channeled more through the throat, moves like a whisper in and out through the throat as you breathe through the nostrils. That style of breathing not only slows down your breath rate, but also focuses the breath and activates a couple of channels that soothe and quiet the nervous system. So it can be a very simple and very effective way to breathe. And because the breathing is always related to mind activity, to slow down your breathing will begin to slow down your psychological processes and the associated energies in the body, emotions. And all we're doing in this first part of meditation is bringing a sense of conscious engagement with the now, with the here. In fact, for this beginning, we're not really trying to do anything at all, but be engaged. Engaged with breathing, engaged with the sensations of the body. Not trying to do anything about those things, but just being engaged with them, noticing them. So to let a very light noticing fall upon you. To even spend several breaths really checking in, really getting in touch with the different areas of your body, your limbs, your belly, your heart. Of course, if you should notice any kind of tension or tightening in any of those areas, and it's possible then to release it, to relax it. To begin to introduce silence. To begin to introduce quietness. To notice that there's a gap between the thoughts you're having, between the sensations that you're aware of, that there are these tiny spaces. To begin to fill these tiny spaces with your attention. When you notice yourself creating an internal dialogue or narrative, to just stop that. To just stop mid-sentence, mid-thought. However elevated or elegant your thought process may be, as you notice that happening, to just stop. A sudden gap or space is introduced. A space you're used to filling with thought. Plans, ideas, strategies. And in a sense, not to fill that space, but to be comfortable with it. To be comfortable with not filling that space with your ideas, your plans, your concepts. To see for a little while what silence has to show you, what it has to teach you. To accept silence and spaciousness as a guide. So you've probably noticed that we're not here doing anything. Instead, practicing non-doing. In the presence of non-doing, being is happening. And being has depth. Being has color. Being has texture. So you're invited in this moment to drop your doing and be. And in your being to experience all of your color, all of your texture, all of your depth and profoundness. In the experience of being, everything is relevant. Should you become bored or detached or empty, there's color in it, there's texture in it. So go in. when we're situated in being, we're no longer looking for what should or shouldn't be happening. We're no longer striving for any kind of outcome. We're taking interest in engaging and even playing with the content of our experience. And a very deep listening will happen. Very deep watching. And without effort or striving, you're simply coming into a fuller alignment, a fuller cooperation with who and what you really are. Keep alive the feeling, the experience of sensing your body. That meditation is not a mental activity. Whatever may arise to complicate or obstruct your meditation, embrace it. Accept it. Accept it as food for your meditation. Accept it as help. and to be full. To be full of yourself. Full of beauty. Full of love. Full of power. That you're not here as a beggar. You're not here as somebody wanting or needing. You're here as somebody who is complete. To be who and what you really are. To recognize that you have heart, that you have vision, that these things were not given to you by the world, that they were not given to you by your parents, teachers, friends. They were not earned in a school. They were not read in a book. You have heart and you have vision, that these are intrinsic to you, inherent. So to be here with heart, to be here with vision, to set aside your logical mind, to set aside your analysis, to be here with heart and vision. Perhaps in this moment you don't experience yourself as having any heart or vision. But if you can detect even the faintest desire for it, the faintest longing, the faintest wish that it be true, then follow that longing, follow that wish, follow that desire. Follow it like a thread to its core. And we use this time in silence to form a complete cooperation, an intense loyalty to what is true and real, to heart and vision. To remember very deeply inside yourself that you're not a coward, that you're not just a head, that you're not the person you've come to believe that you are. That you're not what anybody has ever told you you are. But that if you go very deep inside yourself, if you go very deep into this moment, that a knowing is taking place. A knowing which has no words or language. A knowing that doesn't require your belief. In the yogic tradition, there's a phrase in Sanskrit, tattvamasi. Tattvamasi means you are that. You are that. You are that which you long for. You are that which you admire. You are that which is to be revered and adored. That you are that which defies language and ideas. You are that which cannot be put into a definition or category. That you are that which has no form and yet appears in form. You are that. So let this be a very deep remembering that happens in you. That's why we're here. For this very deep remembering to take place. But it's not a memory you will find in your mind as an event from your past, but something much more ancient, much more archaic. Something that can't be found in time. And what comes from this moment, what follows this moment in our dialogue and in our lives, our individual life streams, out beyond this room and this gathering, is simply the task of being true, being real, being who you really are. So consider this meditation not as a end of an exploration, but as a beginning of a life lived being true. So the meditation that began 30 minutes or so ago has no end. That it just continues in the presence of you and I being true and real to who we really are.